Hey, my fellow YouTubers. So, it was an off-topic topic compared to what I usually make videos on, but I did just complete 2 months free of weed, and it's the longest I had gone without it since maybe 6 years, maybe 7 years. Because back then, I did, in a 3-year period, I took off 2 years. Well, 11 months once and 10 months the second time. But it's windy out here. I apologize if I'm not coming across loud enough. But, when I did it that time, I did it just because I was realizing that I was totally dependent on it to sleep. And, I had my kids 40% of the time, so I didn't want to use it when my kids were around. And, I had been addicted to it basically for like maybe over 30 years at that point in time. So I was like, let's just quit. But I was so upset because even after 11 months, I was still dependent on it to sleep. I was still having bad sleep problems. But, I realized I was self-medicating. I had some anxiety and depression. Even in like my 20s, I had a couple dealers tell me you smoke too much. I even had a couple friends tell me you smoke too much. And these are friends that I thought smoked as much as me, What I did realize these last 2 months without smoking is that marijuana was contributing to my anxiety and my depression. And during the course of those 2 months, I did notice just me getting calmer, and things would affect me less. Like, a little hiccup in your day, something going wrong. But then, I just had so many bad things happen to me. It's funny, it's like right when I went sober, the good Lord just opened the floodgates and let all these problems come into my life. And when my 2 fingers got broken and the police said that we were both disorderly, that just crushed me, because then my apartment is evicting me. I have to go to court on Monday. And so I just said to hell with it, But now after 2 weeks, I've got 20 hours without smoking. So I smoked for almost 2 weeks, and that's enough. And now I've got maybe 18 hours without smoking. So, but anyways, back on the sober bandwagon, because I only know one speed of smoking, and that's too much. I'm not just one tomato that just has 1 or 2 hits in front of the TV at 8 o'clock and then goes to bed at 10. I even have the weirdest thing that I like to smoke right before I go to bed, because I just crave that deep sleep, and I just don't seem to get it enough. And that's one thing that is so nice about when I go back to marijuana after, because basically for the last 5 years, I've been really watching how much I use and trying to really avoid using too much. But when you're an addict, even if it's psychological, you kind of got one speed, And always when I would stop and then I would go back, I would always say, well, I could just become one of those smokers that just smokes once a day in front of the TV before bed, you know. But sometimes you'll even do that for 3 or 4 days, and then you just want to get high once, just that morning, you know, like they used to call it wake and bake. You just want to get high really bad in the morning. And then all of a sudden, it's like Tuesday morning, that felt so good. Just take a hit, get a cup of coffee, and watch my fish tank. Watch the fishes swim around. I'm going to do that again this morning, you know, and then after just chilling in front of the fish tank for an hour, I'll jump in the shower, have another cup of coffee, and I'll be ready for the day, you know. And it is pretty much true. You know, you can function pretty well on weed if you smoke enough of it. But I heard some guys say it makes them an introvert. It never affected me. I guess I'm such an extrovert that it never affected me at all. But I would say my discipline in all areas of my life got better a little bit over those last 2 months. Because when you do smoke, sometimes your discipline with quality food or portion size can wane. And then all of a sudden, you'll notice that as like a pebble thrown in a pond, you know, it has reverberations into other areas of your ability to have discipline. So having that skill of discipline, it's something that can either be eroded by not having discipline in one area. You know, it starts to grow into other areas. And discipline is just so important. But I've always had a fair amount of discipline. But yeah, because it gives you that mindset, you know, like, I deserve this, you know. And then it's like, well, since I deserve a couple hits of this weed after this stressful day, I think I should go to 31 Flavors, and I owe it to myself to get a 2-scoop hot fudge sundae. You know, and you start doing that too often, and it just erodes your discipline. But it sure is nice to be able to just have a sober day, go to bed, have a sober night's sleep, and then wake up and do the whole thing over again. So it is nice to do that. And I'll be starting that again. So God bless. Leave a comment, hit like. I'll talk to you later.